Live and Liddy.
Let's get it, yes, sir.
Live and Liddy. Hit the intro, fellas.
My man Cool Cat rocking. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
BIRDGANG.
Light this thing up, bro. You already know what time it is. Live and lit. Let's get it, my G.
You know, I'm one of your hosts, BG31 in the building with my boy, Mr. Warm It Up, though.
Yeah, warm this thing up, gang. You know what time it is. You know you want, you know who you rockin' with. It's your boy Billy Notion and Live and Lit coming at.
Oh, we blocked.
Yo!
We blocked. Boom! There we go. Welcome to another episode of Eagles Live and Lit.
Yes, sir.
BG31 in the building, you know, with my brother from another mother, Mr. Philly Notion. And we brought a special guest, Cool Cat Connors in the building. How you doing today, my guy?
Nothing much. Just hanging out with my brothers, Live and Lit, and Notion Gang. Warm it up.
You already know. Hey, Cool Cat, stop acting like you a guest up in here, bro. You know how we do this thing. You already know. Hey, warm this thing up, though. Yeah. Hey, you know what time it is. You know you rocking with. It's your boy Philly Notion. Hey, Live and Lit coming at y'all. Y'all already know the vibes. Let's check this 4K real quick. Hold up. Lambos up. Check. You already know. Ring. Check. Y'all already know the vibes. Because, hey, listen, if y'all new to this channel, new to my brother's rides, y'all already know what to do. Go hit that subscribe. Y'all know how we come in, gang. Listen, look, it's Live and Lit. We got my brother back on here like he ain't been on here or something. Cool Cat in the building. Salute to the GOAT. Let's go and get him, my guys.
Yeah. Man, it's awesome, man. Football is right around the corner, man. You know, You guys already know how I feel about this team. But before we get into this team, let's talk about, you know, if anybody's seen that interview with Deshaun Jackson, Shady McCoy on I Am Athlete, man. A lot of cats came out of the bag that show. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that people did not know about, you know, what went on in Philadelphia at that time, you know, came out of the bag. DJAX came out with it, you know, and I wanted to talk to my brothers about it. You know, how do you guys feel about some of the things? You know, we can start out with the whole, you know, was Mcnabb the reason, you know, our team didn't make it over the hump, you know, play-wise and the way he treated his teammates and how he, you know, reacted towards his teammates. You think that was part of any of this reason why the Eagles only have one championship instead of 4 or 5 since we're there every year?
Yeah, for me, I'll start. Notion. I'll start.
Yeah, absolutely.
For me, it's like he was the reason we went to multiple NFC championships, but he's also the reason. Now, sure, the whole team is the reason as well, but quarterbacks, you got to get over the hump. Patrick Mahomes did it. You got Tom Brady doing it. You got all these Peyton Manning, Eli Manning. All these quarterbacks went over the hump. So, with that being said, McNabb, it wasn't all his fault, but at the same time, when you're the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles and you go to multiple NFC championships, we should be having multiple Super Bowls as of right now. And because he didn't win these games, now sure, the defense could have helped, the wide receiver could have helped, the coaching could have been better. But if the quarterback has the ball in his hand and he throws an interception before the game clock goes to 0, Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't be blaming everybody else because everybody else deserved blame. But was you the reason we didn't get those Super Bowls? So, in my
Nope.
honest opinion, yeah, McNabb, you got to take some of the blame because you went to multiple NFC championships and we only got one Lambeau and one ring.
And what
Go
about
ahead,
the
no.
disrespect to your two best receivers? You seen the beef with T.O. and McNabb back then. And then you seen the beef with, that were coming up, that came out between Deshaun Jackson. How you feel
Yeah,
about that?
man, that's crazy. That's crazy. You do not disrespect a legend. Now, T.O., whatever happened with those two, that's different. But DJAX, my guy. I love DJAX. I got his jersey in the back of the closet.
Yes,
That's
sir.
my guy. You do not disrespect DJAX, man. If it wasn't for DJAX being electrifying, like, come on now. T.O. was great, but there will never be another DJAX. Now, Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown might be the exception, but there will never, ever be another DJAX. You do not disrespect that man in any shape or form. I don't care what. Don't disrespect number 10. And that's all I got to say.
Hey, listen. I don't know if we're going to, if we being sweet today, what the day is, but look, a lot of people ain't going to like what I got to say about McNabb. So
Let's hear it.
BIRDGANG, hey, no, go ahead and go first, bro. Go ahead and talk, get talk real quick, because I got a piece I got to settle with McNabb real quick, because, yeah, I'm in the boat. I didn't like it, but go ahead, BIRDGANG. Do your thing real quick, bro. I'm chilling. I'm watching the chat. Hey, y'all let us know in the chat also what y'all think on McNabb. I mean, hey, was he out of pocket on this? Y'all let us know in the chat. BIRDGANG, look, what's your thoughts real quick? I got to hear it before I spill it out.
I feel like he's greedy. He wanted all the fame, all the everything. I was a huge McNabb fan, man. I loved everything he did for us. You know what I'm saying? He took us to, like you said, 4 out of 5 NFC championships in the Super Bowl game, which he lost. Like, you can't hate on him, man. But to find out that we always cried and wanted, big time receivers, and you're starting to see behind the scenes, this dude was just capping on these guys, in their pockets, saying disrespectful stuff about his top receivers that he had. T.O., Deshaun Jackson. It's like, how can you say that one of your brothers, one of your guys that you go to bat for, one of the guys that's going to be catching touchdowns for you, putting stats in your pocket, that he didn't deserve to go to a Pro Bowl, at 2 different positions and be the first guy ever. Like, that's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be the first one honoring them and giving them salutes for doing it, being the first doing it, and to come to find out you're the one hating in his ear, right off the jump. That's crazy.
Hey, facts. I'm gonna put it to y'all like this, and I completely agree. Hey, Eagles fam, good big salute to you. My man says McNabb's a noodle man. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, chunky noodle, chunky soup, whatever you want to call it. I'm not feeling McNabb right now. Y'all know, again, Deshaun Jackson is my favorite player of all-time Eagle. That it is what it is. Look, ever since he entered the league, naturally, look, I just, what I'm saying? Like, I like explosive plays. That's all this kid did, was provide explosion to the Philadelphia Eagles. So McNabb, right? He comes into the year. What year was it? I think like 99, something like that. 2nd round pick, supposed to be. I think he got booed when he got here. If correct me if I'm wrong.
He did, Notion. He did.
I think
People
that,
did one.
I was gonna say, I don't think he was wanted when he first got here. Now, again, what do we talk about constantly when we talk about quarterbacks and things like that? We look at, because we've been roasting Jalen up, his completion percentage.
Yep.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something right now. McNabb was absolute. He played like ass. Straight up the first 5 years, from 1999, it looked like all the way until 2003. This man's completion percentage was in the 50s. 50% completion percentage for McNabb. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, look, McNabb got carried quite a bit. We know we had a stable full of running backs in Philly. I mean, it is what it is. Donovan McNabb, in my opinion, and especially after, the comments that then came out his mouth now, I'm definitely not shocked because, again, this is how McNabb got down. I mean, for him to come out and be worrying about Deshaun Jackson making a Pro Bowl, Deshaun Jackson came to the league, I think it was like in 08. And at that time, McNabb's career was kind of, I mean, after the 04 year when he actually, made the Super Bowl, did all of that, the year went downhill for McNabb. So, hey, Deshaun Jackson really rejuvenated this man's career. So in order to disrespect Deshaun like that, I'm really not feeling that. But for the record, look, I'm not even going to sit up here and hype McNabb up like that. I personally think, again, I mean, yeah, he got all the accolades as far as getting to the championships, but couldn't get it done. We saw him in the Super Bowl. Listen, couldn't get it done. We saw him. Listen, I really understood where Donovan McNabb was at. That game that I believe they had a tie. The first game of his career, they had a tie game. And this man came out and said he didn't know the game could end in a tie.
That was the dumbest thing ever.
Idiot.
Who says
That was
that?
an idiot move. You
Really?
didn't know?
McNabb says that. So, again, I'm not, I've never been the biggest fan. Yes, I do got a Donovan McNabb jersey in my closet. You know what I'm saying? I still respect the quarterback. Know he had talents. But again, listen, we ain't going to sit up here and act like McNabb. I believe that this man was gifted with some gifted running backs that toted the ball for him. This man had Westbrook. This man had LaShawn McCoy. I mean, again, McNabb, hey, I'm just saying the completion percentage, if we're talking about arms and all of that, he really didn't have one. So he needs to go ahead and enjoy his retirement. Again, he's an Eagle legend, but pipe that nonsense down, bringing Deshaun Jackson even into a discussion. So that's where I'm at with McNabb. I'll drop the mic on that because, again, I'm not feeling McNabb going after my favorite player right now. That's where I'm at.
Exactly. And another thing I have an issue with Donovan McNabb is this. You could have went to the AFC and everything would have been sunny roses. You went to the dang on Washington, used to be what. That's crazy. And then you think that game against Michael Vick, you think you was going to do something? Come on, man. Michael Vick and the Philadelphia Eagles put, 7 points, 7 times, a bunch of points on the board in your head? Come on now, Donovan. You could have went to the Cincinnati Bengals. You could have went to the Chiefs, the Ravens. You could have went to any other team in the AFC. You chose our rival. That is messed up. The one thing in this city, if you are our former quarterback, is you don't go to our rivals. Mm-hmm. You don't go to Washington. I know. You don't get it. I know Washington's trash. I get it, but he chose Washington of all people, and look at his career now.
But really think about it. All of them did. DJAX even did. Remember when DJAX said too in the same interview? Every time I played the Eagles, I lit them up.
Yeah, I know. I get why DJAX went up there, but Donovan McNabb?
No, again. McNabb, again, listen, like, honestly, when you look at it, he's probably going to, who's going to have a similar career like McNabb, just minus all the accolades. It's probably going to be Dak Prescott. Like, Dak Prescott, you know what I'm saying? Like, just as far as being a steady face of the team, but knowing you can't get it done.
Exactly.
That's McNabb vibes all day. I'm going to tell you right now, I mean, if it's on the line, I know then I'm not putting McNabb in that situation. He'll puke. That's just what it is. Like, that's my memory of McNabb. When it's on the line, I mean, it's right there. You just cough up your chunky noodle soup. So, again, I'm not the biggest McNabb filler right now. Again, I'm looking at his stats and all of this also. And again, yes, he's got the accolades as far as getting to these championships. And I know a lot of people think he's the reason for that. I don't believe that. I mean, honestly, again,
he never even had a 4,000-yard season. Never.
That's crazy.
No, he never had no 4,000-yard passing season.
That's crazy.
Again, like his best passing season, well, when he got touchdowns, apparently, because, again, I mean, he only rarely had a few seasons that looked like over 20 touchdowns. So, in 2004, this man had 31 touchdowns. 31 touchdowns. Tearing it up. So beyond that, I mean, again, you look at his overall completion percentage for his career is like a 59.
Wow.
So I mean, again, we be bashing Jalen. We be bashing all these quarterbacks talking about, they need all of this. They need to throw the ball. No, you don't. Mcnabb didn't have no stellar arm, but he was in the championship. And again, with having enough talent around you, I mean, you could do it. But at least I believe in Jalen. He ain't going to go out there and puke on the field. So, Mcnabb right now, I ain't feeling none of that. Again, him over there, I expect things like that from Mcnabb over there, penny pinching from the rookies, from Deshaun Jackson, talking about he need to pay to go to his personal party.
What?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Deshaun Jackson don't got to pay for nothing. What the heck you talk about, Mcnabb? You got to pay Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, that was crazy. All that stuff I heard was straight trash. And, especially the party thing, there was like, he was rich, but he was tight with his money. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't really out there, helping everybody like, he said he was. And I believe he sold his soul, when he signed that Chunky Campbell suit commercial,
And think about this, y'all. If it wasn't for Donovan McNabb, we could have had multiple Super Bowls.
Facts. Why would you want a guy like Hall of Famer like Terrell Owens? Why would you want to push him out the door? When you just got him, you seen this guy that took you to the promised land with like a broken ankle and still balled out that game. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna disrespect him by throwing up and costing the Eagles the game, and then help get the guy out of Philly. Like, that's not a leader. That's not a smart football player. That's not a smart quarterback. When you got a guy, he was just. I think Donnie wanted all the fame, and he didn't want no one that was going to be there.
That's not how it works in Philly, though. That's not how it works in Philly. We want rough and toughers, hard workers, hybrid, blue-collar people that wants to work their butts off just to get better. Look at Jalen Hurts. We complain about this guy all week. Trust me. On Birds of Broad Street, Live and Lit, Bird Brains, whatever show is on BIRDGANG Nature Sports Media. By the way, subscribe to the network, subscribe to Miss BIRDGANG, note the game BIRDGANG 31, subscribe to all of us. We complain about Jalen Hurts a lot, but guess what the guy's doing? Getting better. Trying to help the team.
Real quick, I got to shout out my guy, Drew, because I see we irritating Drew tonight. Salute to my guy, Drew, in the chat. My man said, man, I don't care what DJAX said. It's just drama. Mcnabb put in work. He was a A for sure, but he had no big-time receiver. Reed, who didn't like to run the ball, LA was 59%, I think. Okay, so again, I'm not going to sit up here and knock McNabb's talent and the run that he had. But we ain't going to sit up here and act like, a lot of his stubbornness, which you seeing off the cam now in retirement mode, we were seeing this on the field. And Andy Reid, I'm going to salute that man as to putting Donovan McNabb in the right place and pretty much managing him to the best that he was. Because, again, without Reed, I'm going to tell y'all right now, McNabb would have been buns. He would have been buns. But, again, I can't knock McNabb's success. I know, again, he's the reason why we dominated the early parts of the 2000s. I can't knock that. You know what I'm saying? He was the quarterback. But when you look at it, again, like, these stats ain't glorified. Again, this for all the people that be built on stats and that's all stat hyped and all of that. No, the stats don't look good. McNabb found his ways to get it done. But at the end of the day, I'm going to tell y'all right now, like, McNabb, hey, look, he don't give no respect to his teammates. Even when they win, did he I don't even know if he was hating on Carson, of course, when he was here. I believe he was hating on Foles. Yeah. I don't even know if he congratulated.
I think he even hates. Have you ever hated on Jalen Hurts?
No.
I don't know if he's
will there sooner or later.
Jalen Hurts might pull up. I don't know.
Yeah. He will sooner or later. That's what he does.
The other thing we heard about this, our old Philly team, the fact that when DJAX got drafted, the first thing Reed said to him was, we're picking you, but I don't want to deal with your dad. Like, no hello, no congratulations and welcome to the team. No, I'm excited to get you. He heard some drama coming from the Cal coaches, and he straight up said, we're picking you, but I don't want to have to deal with your dad. Like, how would you feel about, you're this young cat coming into the league, with a lot to prove, and that's the first thing on your biggest day of your life hearing.
That's, for me, if If anyone said that to me, I would have just, in the words of Chris Brown, deuces. Deuces. I'm out. I don't care about you. Deuces. Simple. If someone disrespected me like that, deuces. I don't have to deal with you. You don't have to deal with me. Deuces.
At the end
Just
of the
like
day,
that. You're gonna tell them, save your pick. Don't pick me. You can't
Exactly.
correct.
Like, you want to disrespect me like that? Deuces. I'll go
hold
to
on.
a
What
team
was the
that.
question? If they come out there and said what? Like, I'm
Go
confused
ahead,
on what you
BG.
just said, BIRDGANG. Run that
Yeah.
back. You said if they did what? If they did something with the first pick?
No, I said if they, use you to use that high pick to get you,
Yeah.
would you really be like deuces? Like, like you gotta be like Deshaun from where I'm from. We're from South Central LA, baby.
Oh
Born
yeah,
and
Deshaun.
raised. Love it.
Absolutely.
The streets. Like when I lived there, I didn't think I was gonna make it past 18. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Mama BIRDGANG, for getting us out of the hood when she got us out of there, because things could be different. I could not even be here doing what I love to do. But back to what he says, like, his dad was a hard ass. So Cal had told his, the Eagles that Deshaun Jackson's dad, was a problem with them, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he just wanted the best for his kid. So Deshaun said he didn't really take it that personally. He just was like, this is my biggest moment. You didn't have to start the conversation off like that with, hey, uh, we're drafting you, but I don't want anything to do with your dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a big part of his life. Like, you could have came and talked about that after you made the call, after you brought him to Philly. Y'all chilling in the office. Okay, well, now that we got you, we need to talk about what I heard about your dad. But he didn't do that. Andy Reid came up straight up like a GM. Was like, we picking you, but I don't want no parts of your dad. Don't bring him to Philly with you.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I put a lot of this, just I know Deshaun Jackson, he was a diva himself. Let's not act like, on the field at times, he ain't have his moments. But honestly, when you look at everything Deshaun Jackson was getting hated on for, because I believe that a lot of this stuff, look, like they put a lot of extra attention on Deshaun Jackson, which I didn't think needed to be. I mean, I know he was tripping that year. He was asking for, what is it? I think he was asking for like first round money or first, like he was a number one wide receiver or something. Deshaun Jackson, hey, listen, I love you to death, my guy. You already know you my favorite Eagle player, but you was, hey, look, you weigh like $160. I don't even think, look, take one good hit, would have been the end of your season. So listen, I don't think he was a true number one, but he had one of the number one explosions. No, and that's what it is. I mean, I'm gonna put it out there. Like, I love Deshaun Jackson, but y'all let me know.
I like Deshaun Jackson too, but
you talking about the best
saying,
deep threat receiver ever to play the game.
Deep threat, explosive plays. I love that. That's what I loved about Deshaun. But to say Deshaun could just carry this team by himself like a true, just like a Megatron or something, like, I'm not buying that. He shouldn't be asking for no Megatron type stuff. But Deshaun wasn't budging off of that, and I didn't blame him because, again, this man deserved his payday. But at the same time, that diva mode kicked in. Deshaun was like you said yesterday, and we're going to talk about that some, BIRDGANG, talking about, you need to take a hometown discount. No, Deshaun then he declined that also. And, hey, it is what it is. The career went, how it went. So, again, I'm just saying, at the end of the day, Mcnabb had a true threat in Deshaun Jackson when he was there.
Yeah.
And he didn't take advantage of it. He burnt that bridge, burnt it with several players. I ain't been impressed by McNabb's play, just looking at everything, just his whole resume beyond, again, being the face of the Eagles. But, I mean, it is what it is. I just don't like how he be doing players now, since he's retired and all of that. Like, show these Eagles some respect. Like, you played for this team. Show these up-and-coming players some kind of, you ain't got to believe in them, but don't down him and talk negative on him, because McNabb's got a big platform and we know what he brings to the Eagles. So it is what it is. Let me get off my McNabb rant.
Exactly.
Another thing we heard in there, Deshaun said that they did the same thing they did to AB. You know what I'm saying? We're keeping him out of games because he was putting up too many yards, hitting too many of these bonuses. So he was like, sometimes they'll keep me out. And I'd be like, what are you doing? I'm in a groove. Why are you keeping me out? It's just so you don't hit certain marks. How many yards do you think he could have had if that was true And that's what was happening back in those days. They were actually keeping Deshaun Jackson out. Like we get all hyped about, Smitty, breaking the rookie record. How much would that rookie record have been if DJAX wasn't getting sat and held out of some of these games?
For me, it would have been 1,000. It would have been 1,000 if he would have stayed in. What was the question, BG?
I said, how many yards you think he could have had if he wasn't getting, held out of some of these games and held back from, hitting certain incentives of his contract? I don't like the fact that I even hear that.
It would have been 1,000 if all that stuff wasn't what it is. It would have been 1,000 because we talking number 10. I'm wearing his jersey right now. Number 10, the biggest deep threat out of everybody. You can have your Cooper Kupps, your Devontae Adams. There was one deep threat in the game, and his name was Deshaun Jackson. So he would have had 1,000 yards if McNabb would have woke the bleep up. I mean, the things that he and Michael Vick did together. Come on now, you can't replace that. So if McNabb wasn't stubborn, and if things were the way it was before Donovan went to the quarterback destroyer known as Washington, 1,000 yards or even more, 1,001. That's just me.
I mean, yeah, I agree with this. Howie Weasel, hey, feel bad. We did DJAX kind of bad, it seems.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I do think we didn't get the best out of Deshaun. I think like you said, like we could have had there's empty yards that we left out there for Deshaun, but
yeah.
I mean, due to a lot of I don't think we gave Deshaun his best fair chance here, even though he made his explosive plays when he was here, but at the same time, I don't think we treated him with him in the best situation. He could have had way more yards. He could have gave him more targets.
And he's some gang member.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, really?
They was coming up with different things to try to, again, just putting a lot of extra spotlight on Deshaun Jackson. And I mean, it is what it is. Like he had his career ain't been the most pleasant. But again, and I wonder, did he get a ring? I don't think he did because for being on the Rams roster. Wasn't he on the Rams roster?
He was on the Rams, but then I don't know what happened. Maybe he got released.
Somebody let me know. Do you get a? I don't think you get a ring though if you get cut. So never mind. I think he got. I don't know, man. He was doing something, when he was with the Rams for a split sec, but then he was doing something.
He was a part of the Rams. Odell. Yeah, he was part of the Rams until something happened, I guess. Because I saw him on the Tampa Bay game.
He wasn't getting worked in the. He said that he was supposed to be over there because he was there. McVay was with Washington. Remember, as a coordinator, and he was like, he feels like he helped McVay get that job in LA when they called him and asked him, what kind of coach is he? How can he help and whatnot like that. So then he thought, when he had he had talked to McVay about joining the Rams, they're all stoked about it. They're saying that they had just lost Brandon Cooks, so they're like, you're going to replace him. We got a nice role for you. You can come here and do some big things. And then when he got there, they kind of like pushed him to the back burner a little bit, wanted him to do more of the mentoring thing. They said that, he kept going up to the coach like, hey, what's up, man? Well, get me involved. And I think he said one of those games, I think he said it was the Seahawks.
Yeah, he went to the Raiders after the Rams.
He had lit him up, and lit him up good. And then after that, he just said that they weren't really using him. They didn't really have packages. And he talked with McVay, and they thought that that'd be the best thing for him to do, at the end of the day, for him to go and try to find a trade partner or something like that, which is, why wouldn't you use a guy that good? Like, no matter what, Deshaun Jackson probably be 100 years old if he make it that old and still be able to run a 4.3. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the speed forever. Every time you want to doubt him, you see him come back. You see them torch the Cowboys every single time he played them, no matter what team he was on. He torched us when he played us. Like, Deshaun is still that dude. I feel like, he's still a free agent, He's
just waiting for the right team. He's just waiting for the right team
to pick him up.
So who y'all think is the right team?
The Eagles.
To pick who up? Deshaun?
DJAX.
Yeah, for DJAX.
Man, Deshaun need to. The only time I want to see Deshaun over here is to sign his retirement papers. I
didn't mean like that. No, what I was asking is, which team do you want Deshaun Jackson to be on? I mean, not ours, because I know you don't want to come back.
I mean, honestly,
I don't even want to see Deshaun Jackson playing in the
How about
league.
this, How about this? Our offense is looking nice. Jalen Hurts already played with Deshaun Jackson, so he does know what he can do, right? And say, I'm knocking on wood because I don't want to jinx them.
Here we go.
Say guys like
I don't think you would want to do that. I don't think he is going to want to do that.
Quez Watkins hurts himself. He's going to be out for an extended period of time. Would you sign DJAX to be that third receiver, deep threat for our football team?
No, sir.
No, he wants to
Hey, bro, if we're going to do that, we might as well bring JP back over here.
No,
it's
different.
No, brother. If we gonna
JP can't run no 4-2. JP can still torch the best cornerbacks in the league. That's a difference.
Let him go, brother.
Everybody hated on Deshaun because he kept getting hurt with us. When he came back, he got hurt. Like, he's been healthy the last year. So it's like he got some health, stability around him. He didn't play that much. And we wouldn't need him to be like the star Deshaun Jackson. We'll just have him there, give him like 4 passes a game.
As much as I love DJ, the thing about Deshaun Jackson, and I know we can all agree with this, he wants to go to a Super Bowl contender.
Boom.
He wants. I know where you're going with this, B, but he wants to go.
Hey, look.
Go ahead, Noah, because I know what BIRDGANG going to say. But go ahead, Noah.
Jackson was willing to come over here on a veteran minimum, which I know. I don't know if he's doing that.
Even if Quez got hurt too. So we're saying an injury to a top receiver would be another reason why he did it.
I know we could at least get like 2 good plays out of Deshaun Jackson still now. Like he'll take one to the house, stretch the field, make 1 catch, and then you ain't going to see him the rest of the game. So I don't know if the organization wants to pay for that, but at the same time, look, like Deshaun Jackson.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't.
You wouldn't do it?
It's not like I wouldn't do it.
Playoffs, maybe like if we are not playoffs, but like if we were. I don't know, brother. This is kind of a.
We're the team everybody expects us to be.
I don't want to get that wrong.
Say we start out the season and we're like 9-1. Quez goes down. Quez is a big part of this offense. Quez goes down. Boom. We need a new deep threat. We still don't have trust in Rager. DJAX is still sitting on the sideline in shape. Would you bring him in for that last run, last Ruha, win a Super Bowl and retire an Eagle?
I'm probably going to be looking in the market for somebody else, honestly. I'm looking for somebody else. I'm not looking at Deshaun Jackson. The only time I need to see Deshaun Jackson back in Eagle Green is to sign his, his retirement.
If he retires,
that'll be a free early retirement thing.
That's it. There's no need to tarnish his career here no more. Like he's did what he's done here. He's got the legacy already, just minus the. I gotta look this up. My man Drew said he got a ring for being on the Rams. I know they cut him and all of that. He wasn't on that final roster, but I don't know how that works. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Well, yeah, he said he got a ring, but he don't feel like he helped get the ring, so he didn't.
Okay, so you didn't. The man wasn't on the team.
But that's not his fault. He wanted the ball. He wanted to be productive. They kind of blackballed him out.
They even did him wrong. So
he said we already got Coop. We already got OBJ now. We already got all these cats. We don't need you right now.
Well, was he on the field though? Was he on the field? Because that's the only way you get a ring was you on the field.
Facts, Rob.
On that day. On the day of the Super Bowl. Like, for instance, Nick Foles was on the field. Fletcher Cox was on the field. Brandon Graham, Derek Barnett, they was on the field. Zach Ertz was on the field. If you was playing in that Super Bowl, you get that Super Bowl ring. Was Deshaun Jackson on the field when they was playing the Cincinnati Bengals?
Negative. But hold on a minute.
Exactly.
Hold on a minute. And, you know, you got to go ahead and, because we had to defend this for years now. And I'm not going to sit here and I don't want to hold Deshaun Jackson from that because I'm sure, listen, I have to go look back at how many games did Deshaun Jackson play last year for the Rams? Y'all have to let me know. But did he truly have an impact to them getting their Super Bowl? Now,
he said the game that they gave him the ball, he dominated. He had like 4 catches for like 100 and something yards. That's the thing with Deshaun Jackson. He only needs like 4 or 5 catches to have that 150 game. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get a bomb touchdown. He's going to pad the stats. And then those other couple of catches just to keep him in rhythm.
But why get Odell Beckham Jr. then?
Why that's get my Odell? Question. That's my question. Like, how many games did Deshaun Jackson play with the Rams last year? Because, I mean, again, like, did he even bring impact to the actual Rams to help them win their Super Bowl? Now, again, we had to defend this question here in Philly, fellas. Did y'all forget who didn't play in our Super Bowl? Oh, yeah, the Washington quarterback. Y'all know who it is. He didn't play in that Super Bowl, but he got his ring.
Yeah.
He had an impact.
He did.
To get their ring. So what I'm looking at, honestly, I know what Deshaun Jackson's saying. He really didn't have an impact. But again, I mean, he was still on that roster, so get that man his ring. But yeah, it is what it is. We had to defend that here in Philly. So stop acting like, you know, we didn't have to back Carson up because, you know, it pretty much Foles had to deliver the ring for the man. So it is what it is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Nigel.
So what about this? Is Deshaun Jackson a Hall of Fame receiver?
Absolutely. I'll let y'all
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll give him that. He's all
first ballot.
Can't say no. He is a Hall of Famer. I mean, look at what he did to all these teams. I mean, Washington wouldn't be relevant if it wasn't for DJAX. The Rams wouldn't have gotten their ring if it wasn't for DJAX. I don't know about the Raiders, but Derek Carr wouldn't be where he is, I guess, if DJAX didn't help a little. I mean, look what he did for us. You gotta put him up there. When it comes to deep threat, if Deshaun Jackson ain't on that list, we got a problem. So you're gonna have to put him on the list. He got to be a Hall of Famer. I mean, if Devontae Adams a Hall of Famer, Deshaun Jackson should be having a Hall of Fame speech right next to him.
First ballot or just in the Hall of Fame?
I'm going to say this, and that's a tough question because I don't think he's truly going to get first ballot, but Hall of Famer, I definitely say yes.
Hall of Famer too.
I say yes. And the reason why I say yes, okay, of course, like you look at for Hall of Famers, and I put Deshaun Jackson in a bucket as I do. Of course, no, I really can't say that because Curry got titles, right? Like Steph Curry, right? Generational talent changed the game of basketball. It's all about the 3-point now, the shooting and all of that. Deshaun Jackson, generational. I mean, you talk about the speed, taking the top off. I think he's the only. I don't know if there's another person in history right now that got a Pro Bowl at 2 starting positions at receiver and punt returner. Is that what it is?
He was a receiver and a special teamer.
So again, I mean, that's dynamic in itself. Not too many people can say that. Devin Hester? I think he went into fame. If he's there, hey, y'all got to put Deshaun up in there too. That's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna say if Deshaun Jackson, if he doesn't get first ballot, I'm not gonna be too shocked, but it shouldn't be too far following. I ain't gonna say first ballot, but definitely. Cole, you tripping talking about, you already know Hall of Fame Deshaun Jackson.
I'll go with you guys. Like, I really think he is in the Hall of Fame, you know. His numbers speak for itself, over 11,000 yards, best deep ball, guy ever, And like they were trying to say, what about Randy Moss? And it's like he said, man, Randy Moss is 6'4", fast, he was able to moss people. That's where the term moss came from. But Deshaun Jackson was a little smaller guy with speed, and he was able to get open against the best of the best, the Darrelle Reeveses. It didn't matter who. When Deshaun was on that game, it didn't matter what team we played. He was going to score touchdowns that game. You know,
Yep.
that's what I really love about Deshaun. I think people really underestimated his skill because I felt like he was so much better than people gave him credit for, just for the simple fact that he can get 150-yard game with
Just
five
like that.
catches. You know what I'm saying? Like all
There
the
you
other
go.
greats, all the other greats, it took him like 12 catches to get to like 160, 170. Normal good receivers, it takes them a bunch. Deshaun Jackson used to have 1,000 yards with like 60 catches, 70 catches. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't this whole you need to have like 120 to get over this number. He always did it in small, bite-sized samples of catches. So I really think, I don't know if they're gonna give him the first ballot, but I think Deshaun Jackson definitely needs to be in that Hall of Fame once he does retire. What
Yep.
about McNabb? You think he'll ever get there?
No, 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 Nelson. I just explain it. Nelson.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Like, I think eventually McNabb, over time, he'll find his way in the fame. He'll find it in there some way down the road. But yeah, it's not gonna be. I think there's gonna be a lot of other people jumping ahead of him. It's gonna be his legacy and kind of just, again, I mean, we can't knock the things that he did do great here. And he was, when you look at McNabb, as far as, again, I say Deshaun Jackson was generational in that sense that, again, he taught us how to, take the top off, change the whole game and all of that. McNabb, I mean, again, like, he found his way to do his thing, and he dominated the NFCs from the 2000s to the 2004. So, I mean, again, like, one of the most quarterbacks to have, the most championship appearances as far as NFCs. And I mean, we know the accolades McNabb brings, but Super Bowl appearance,
Exactly.
you can't knock him. But at the same time, look, him continuing to talk and doing all this slouching on his players and teammates, again, and I don't even know, y'all have to let me know, how does the voting work for Hall of Famers? Are these like, who votes these people in? I know it's a vote, but at the same time, man, this man talking public, it's going to be a long time till he gets voted in. Somebody going to hate on this man, and he ain't even going to get voted in that thing. So I don't know. I don't see it happening soon, but definitely I'll give McNabb one day. He'll be a famer.
Who deserves it more, McNabb or Cunningham?
Who deserves it more, McNabb or Cunningham?
Randall Cunningham. I mean,
Cunningham still ain't in there either.
Gosh, that's a tough one. Also, I mean, like Cunningham. No, I'd give him that just because of legacy and all of that. I mean, he's another face of the Eagle, but he's been waiting longer. So yeah, I'd give it to, of course, Cunningham before I give it to some McNabb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's how.
Yeah, I think both of them.
We got a goat in the building. My guy Philly Fresh. Yes, sir.
Philly Fresh, the general.
Indeed.
That's what's up, man. No problem, man. We're going to get you on here for sure. We definitely got to get that collab in, my guy.
Mm-hmm. We'll probably bring you on the Birds of Broad Street coming up soon, Fresh.
See, I only made Pro Bowl 3 times.
Yes.
That's it? That's all he had was 3 Pro Bowls?
5 times.
5 times?
Yeah, he made it 5 times.
What are you talking about, DJAX then?
Deshaun Jackson, yeah, he made it 3 times. Okay, yeah, I think you're talking about DJAX.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My man said Cunningham all day. Yeah, agreed. Like, I think he need to go before McNabb. That's a fact. I thought Cunningham was in the fame.
No, he's still not there yet. I'm a bit mad about that. I go, how can the guy that he was Michael Vick before Vick. He was that kind of the guy that changed it all up. They called him Gumby on the field. You know what I'm saying? He was running, dipping, dodging. He even had didn't he win the MVP that year with the Vikings when they had Moss? He won the MVP. I know he was like co-MVP that year. So it's like he has an MVP season. I think he made it to like a championship game or something like that with the Vikings. So I really think, he definitely needs to be in the Pro Bowl. I mean, in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a legend. I mean, you talk about Eagle greats. I mean, he's mentioned in that, but
Exactly.
I mean, I ain't the
I mean,
biggest
did
fan
you
of the
see
Colts.
Jalen Hurts rocking a Randall Cunningham jersey? I mean, come on now. Randall Cunningham.
Fact, they were scared to death of Randall Cunningham.
See?
You know, the way he played, man. He
That's
was
another
he was a
generational,
beast.
didn't he? Wasn't he one of the quarterbacks that brought the running,
Yeah.
the running? I mean, generational
He
changed
was
the
Pat,
nature of
he
the
was
league.
Patrick Mahomes before Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah,
I think
fellas.
it's crazy he's not in there. But I do think that he definitely needs to get there. And I think he'll probably go before they let Mcnabb in there. But look how many other people from that team's already in there. You know, you got Dawkins in there, T.O.'s in there. You know what I'm saying? Didn't Brian? What about Brian Russell? Did he go? No. What's
I
not in
think
there?
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
think I'm gonna make a hot statement here. It's gonna take some years to find out if I'm right or not. Deshaun Jackson will make the Hall of Fame before McNabb. Go ahead and put it like that.
Oh,
I'm gonna put it like that. Deshaun Jackson will make the Hall of Fame
Private Lee.
before
like
Donovan
it.
McNabb. I'm gonna put that out there. We're gonna have to check back on that when that may one day happen. I'm gonna have to watch this clip. See
He
who-
just got
if
retired
Liam
this
did
year,
it.
so we get those. What is it? 5 years out? Is it 5 years out when you go to Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
So he just got retired.
That's when you're eligible. Yep.
Well, how many years McNabb been out so far?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Last year was an 11.
Woo!
He been out. Yeah.
Minute.
He been out for a little bit. McNabb been out the game for a minute. So, yeah, it looked like
he
McNabb
hasn't
been
played.
eligible.
I mean, he was in Washington for who knows how long. So, yeah, it's been like almost years since he been playing.
No, man, that's crazy. I will say I would rather see Cunningham go before either one of them, just because he's the pioneer. And then I do think that, just DJAX got to go. And I think eventually, you got to get McNabb in there too as well. So that's going to be good, man. That's going to be good. Let's talk about this Eagles team, man. This Eagles team, the best team you've seen the Eagles have in your time watching them. And if not, a team that you could say is better than this roster, on paper, better than this team.
The 2017 Super Bowl roster team. That was the team right there. That was the team.
You said that they won the championship, but that was the most talented team we've ever had.
I'll
let y'all fellas answer that one first. You got it.
That's a tough one, man. Most talented roster. Well, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, AJ Brown, Smitty. Well, as long as our boy Jalen, let me say this on live and let Jalen freaking.
That's right.
Exactly. As long as my boy is that man, then yeah, this could be a start of something new. But again, it starts with Nick Sirianni. It starts with Shane Steichen. It starts with Jonathan Gannon. It starts with the general himself, the soon-to-be 24-year-old. By the way, open practice is on his birthday. So, of course, he's going to show out. So it starts with all four of them because Howie Roseman built this roster beautifully. He built it beautifully. I mean, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, Kaiser White, trading for A.J. Brown, Asada Reddick. I mean, Zach Pascal, this roster is now, like I said, Nick Sirianni, Jonathan Gannon, Shane Steichen, since he's calling plays, and that 24-year piece of gold, soon to be 24-year-old piece of gold, Jalen freaking Hurts. I need to see the ankle breaker, the history maker, the game changer, the man of the people, the Saints daddy, Hurts season. I need to see Jalen freaking Hurts. And once we get that, there ain't a dang person that will be able to stop us. Yeah, I said it. I'm saying it with my chest. I'm trying to be confident.
He said we unstoppable. He said we unstoppable.
Well,
hey, look.
It starts with those four, Notion. It starts with those four.
Hey, Vax. I
agree. It starts with those four.
I agree. Salute the whole up. We got a super chat in the building. 499. You already know Riker moves the chains. You already know. Salute to Riker in this thing. Notification gang salute. How about them Cowboys?
Oh
How
God.
about y'all? Y'all
Oh,
know
God.
y'all a straight trash bag. But look, we gonna find out when this season starts. Because again, we got to see how the pads go on. So real quick, to answer your question, Bird Gang, again, all the love in the world, Riker. But you know y'all season. Y'all know we coming for this NFC East. So anyways, looking at this roster on paper,
On paper.
yes, it looks good. But that is the key word, my brothers, is that is on paper. So
Exactly.
I can't say that this is the team, that this is the best team that I've seen. I need to see how it gels. I need
How
to
about
see
going into this season and going into the first game of the season? This is the best team you've ever seen.
Yeah, I forgot to say on paper, but yeah, my statement is this: if Jonathan Gannon, Nick Sirianni, Shane Steichen, and Jalen freaking Hurts can put it together on paper, it could be unstoppable. On paper, Notion. On paper.
this looks like one of the most athletic, I would say, teams, at least at all the positions. I mean, of course, except a few. Any team in the NFL, they don't have Pro Bowlers or, top player guys at every single position.
Right.
But looking at stats and paper, the Eagles have plugged a lot of those holes with a lot of those high profile names. So on paper, oh yes, this looks good. I'm not, again, and that's why my expectations are where they are, because I do believe the Eagles should be able to do what they need to do this year. But as far as best team that I've seen, I can't answer that question because I ain't seen them go out there on the field yet, hit nobody. All I see them doing so far is going through press conferences.
Yeah.
I know there's some good speakers. I'm seeing the leadership. I'm seeing practice clips. I'm seeing those things. But as far as going out there when it matters, I need to see that before I get this team that credit yet.
Yeah, I'm with Notion on that because again, I love talking about this team. I love pumping up this team. I love seeing Jalen Hurts because my top 5 people that I'm only going to react to when it comes to OTAs and training camp is Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Jordan Davis, and Nakobe Dean. Everybody else, I'm waiting until week 1 because I'm not going to be that guy that, look, we got the best. Because we got on paper, we got the best roster. We'll see about Jalen Hurts. On paper, like Notion says, we got to face the Detroit Lions in 2 to 3 months. Put some work on those boys and make a because I said it in my video. Go watch my video. Make a statement on the Detroit Lions and show the league we ain't nothing to bleep with, and then show the world that we them. We the ones. Do it to the Detroit Lions, BG. Do it to the Detroit Lions. That's how you make a statement.
Man. I thought this was Eagles Live and lit. Because I am lit about this team.
Hold on.
I still believe team going into game 1, and we're not even done yet because we still got months away before the season ends and $13 million in salary cap. I'm pretty positive Howie's going to make another move. So the fact, knowing all that, I would say this is hands down the best Eagles team ever going into the season. Hands down. Quarterback wise, whatever you want to say wise, the best. Like we got what it takes to win a lot of games this year. Like you said, we got to put it on the field. I know. But I cannot not be excited about knowing that I've never, going into game 1, we had plenty more holes than one to fill, before. Last year, for example, even the 2017 team had holes, on that team. The thing was they came together like brotherhood. That's what made those guys win that championship. But it's like the same kind of setup. But the biggest difference, that I give over the 2017 team is Howie did the exact same thing, but he did it with young talent instead of old talent. That year he went and got all these old talented players and just so lucky that they were able to stay healthy enough to finish the run. This year he learned from his mistakes and he got young talent. Guys that are entering the prime of their career or haven't even touched the prime of their career yet. And he put them together on this roster. And that is going to be the reason why the Eagles are going to be a dominating team for years to come.
Ladies and
yes,
gentlemen,
this is
BIRDGANG
the
31.
best.
Ladies and
That sounds
gentlemen,
good, brother.
BIRDGANG 31.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now again, paper-wise, it does look like a well-constructed team. I cannot sit here and hold on that. But hey, salute the Philly girl in the building. Cannot be about paper. It's got to be execution every play. And I can't. That is the best statement. Yep. Again, I'm not looking at these. We did what we had to do to plug the holes that we needed, but the test ain't over. The test is not over. We still got to see how this team gels. We got to see how they go out there and hit somebody. But I'm encouraged to see what we're seeing so far. So, hey,
it's
the
a
best.
year, guys. I'm telling you guys,
And I'm
right
feeling
now.
you, BG. And
all
BG,
this
before you
chemical
start.
thinking, oh, let me see. I don't know yet. I don't know. We got to do all these things. Like, we got to gel. We got to, know each other's birthdays. We got to know each other's moms and parents and hang out with them and see how they were growing up as a kid. Get out of here with that. This is football, baby. These boys are ready to roll. These guys are jailed from last year. Last year was their whole proven season. Last year was, let me learn the offense and defense season. We are past last year, and we went to the playoffs while we were learning. It is time to put it all together this year, and he brought in all the key pieces to put it all together. And then it's time to get on the train, guys. We said this last year, you should have got on the train. But this team is by far way better than the team we had last year. And the team we had last year won 9 games. So I'm telling you, you better start being enthused about winning another one of these this year. Because after this year, I don't like speaking on the future, but after this year, this team's going to be, woo! You're going to need like 6 to 9 starters. Forget a quarterback. Everybody keep talking about, it's just Jalen. We can get another quarterback next year. No, we can't just get another quarterback. Even if you use the 2 first-round picks to get another quarterback, you're going to have like 8 or 9 other holes to fill on this roster, in terms of players that, I'm sorry, but 2nd and 3rd, 5th, 6th, 7th round picks are not going to fill those holes good enough to be a winning competitive football team. So everybody just needs to hope and pray Jalen's the guy that he's supposed to be, which I know he is, and we can use those picks to keep building on this awesome football team as we start losing these pieces moving forward.
Hold on. Before I pass the notion, BG, what's the nickname I gave Jalen Hurts?
Jalen freaking Hurts!
So by that, don't you think I believe in the kid?
Yeah.
All right, then. I believe in the kid because I believe
in the team.
I know.
Everything we got going on in Philadelphia right now.
Please, I'm excited about this season. I can't wait. I'm counting down the days. Like I said, we're going to make a statement when it comes to the Detroit Lions. You don't mess with Eagles Nation. You don't mess with the Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to make a statement. It's going to start with the Detroit Lions. Hey, Detroit, Motor City, I'm sorry. It should have been Dallas. It should have been Carson Wentz. They gave us you. It is what it is. Go ahead, Nelson.
Nah, listen, and y'all about to be thinking I'm crazy because of my expectations out here for this team, right? So, listen, I kind of agree. I don't know if this is the real Eagles champ up in here, but EC1, I don't think, all right. My man says build dynasty. Listen, that should be the goal for this team. Look, I'm not just trying to wing it one year and just, throw a whole bunch of patchwork up in there and hopefully we can just, sneak one in. No, look, we're trying to build for the long term.
Yes, we are.
I mean, look, we really ain't got no business. I know we got some Cowboy fans up in here laughing right now. Y'all enjoy your laughing. We haven't established ourselves as a dynasty yet. Let's keep it a being game, right? So, with that being said, that should be the standard. That's the goal. Let's go ahead and build for the long term for that. Now, we do know also at the end of this year, we got a lot of money we got to start dishing out.
Yes, we do.
So,
Miles, Jalen.
We all in right now. Like all the chips, push it in there right now. We need to at least, if we going to try to be competitive for years to come, it does start now. So again, this is a talented team for sure. But until I see it on On the field, I'm not going to say it's the best roster I've seen. Oh, yeah. Dynasty mode trying to activation starts now, and we need to start going out there to put it in. So that's how I'm going to leave it with you on that.
As Pastor BIRDGANG 31 said, Eagles Nation, get ready for the hype. Get ready for the hype because it starts now. Because next year, I agree with BG when he says, if Jalen Hurts don't succeed, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. We are because we got James Bradbury got to get paid. Miles Sanders, we got to see if he gets paid. Fletcher Cox leaving. Brandon Graham's leaving. Lane Johnson probably leaving. The mayor of Philadelphia, Jason Kelsey's leaving. We got some pieces that we got to fill up for this team, and quarterback should not be one of them. So I pray to the football gods that Jalen freaking Hurts is the man that I want him to be so we can build this dynasty. Because I'm with you, BG. It starts now. Because if not now, you're going to have to sit back and watch Dallas Cowboy fans pump their chest for years to come saying, we're the boys. We're the boys.
You don't know with me and the Cowboy fan. They don't have no room to talk to us like that. And, they don't. They're not even in the same winning category as the Philadelphia Eagles. If you got to go more than 20 years to be like, oh, when you were dominant. We used to be dominant, too, when we went to all those championship teams. Did we win the big game? No. Some people say good seasons don't matter, just the champion, which I kind of get. It's like, yeah, everybody's losers except for that one holding the ring up at the end of the year. But at the end of the day, good teams, if you can consistently be a good team, always in NFC championships, always in the playoffs, that is just a good franchise as a whole. And Dallas knows that we're a way better franchise than they've been.
Hey, Cole.
27, 30 years. So you can't, even if you want to talk about recent stuff, over the last 5 years, 4 of the last 5 playoffs, that's us. That's not you guys. You guys don't even know nothing about none of that. So until y'all can understand any of that, you can't say nothing. The only thing you can say is you didn't win a ring. But you already know that we're the most winning football team. One of the most winning football teams.
Oh, yeah, facts. Come into 2000, the Cowboys can't say nothing after the new millennium hit. So, Cowboys, y'all know the vibes. But at the end of the day, look, all I'm saying is this, is that, look, just like, and honestly, as an Eagles fan, we have no business. Let's keep it a bean right now. Talking about the word dynasty. During this year, right now, we have not seen none of that. Let's be real. We ain't got no stance on an argument on that.
But at the same time, we're building a dynasty. We have that many talented players on our roster, and we're about to start messing stuff up.
Yes, that's the hope. That's the goal. Again, I'm all for that. But I'm gonna keep it a bean, gang. Like, that's where we need to be trying to do is build a dynasty up in here. Again, I'm not with the one-shot clip. Hopefully we get ours and then we done. No, I'm set pause. But at the same time, I want another one of these. Like,
there you go.
And I want them all within that time span of that we're gonna be good. So that's one of the ways to become. But at the same time, just like we shouldn't be really talking about that word. Look, Cowboys shouldn't be talking about Super Bowl nothing after the 2000s. But that's still their standard. That's what they're trying to get to. So I want to make myself clear here on this. Yes, that should be an Eagles goal to get to that. Should it start this year? I mean, I think we got enough talent to do that, but I got to see it, brothers. I got to see it. I'm convinced. I'm on board, but I'm not going to get hyped off of no paper because I did that, like my man said, back with the dream team. I was pumping. I was ready. Yeah. I was ready, brothers. But look, this ain't no dream team. Let's get that right.
That team, that came from a backup quarterback. They came from our backup quarterback.
I mean,
I wasn't even feeling the dream team that year. I didn't think that they're that good. Babin, I wasn't a huge guy, even though he did put up some big numbers. Like that was a whole nother team. I just feel like this team's different. It's just so different. It's like every single mistake when we were creating these good teams, right? How we finally, took all those mistakes and put them on the paper and eliminated them one at a time. Boom, boom, boom. I messed up here. I messed up here. I messed up here. And he corrected it and made it that much better so that now the only thing you can say is is Jalen Hurts going to take that next step to make sure that he wins these games? You know, like that's it. That's all you can say. You know how people like we weren't one quarterback away last year. Well, this year we are a quarterback away, and I believe we have that quarterback, and we will see him become that franchise quarterback for our team this year. But in reality, that's what we are. We're one quarterback away. Our defense is legit. You know, legit.
So
our offense is legit.
Gang, I just want to just say this also because one of the things we're building a legacy, or I said a legacy, a dynasty, right?
Dynasty.
You got to have consistency, right? So let's keep it a beam here. Like, I know we're all saying that, you know, it's a critical point with Jalen Hurts. He, you know, as far as our quarterback, we got to figure out if we got the quarterback and all it is. Listen, I got questions on our coordinator on the defensive side also. But if we do somehow win some kind of a Super Bowl, look, you don't think other teams are going to be coming after our defensive coordinator trying to pluck our teams? We're going to have to find ways to remain consistent also. So, again, look, that's the goal. I know that the Eagles, look, we got the owner to put us in place to do
Look what happened in 2018 after, sorry to interrupt you, Notion, but look what happened after the 2017 season when we won that Super Bowl. Frank Wright, pluck. John DeFilippo, pluck. Some of our players, either free agents or cut. Yeah, we went from a Super Bowl champion to a wild card team, which was good and all, but a wild card team getting swept by street rats. I'm with you with that Notion. So it's like I said, my stance is still the same. I'm on board, BG. I'm on board. The choo-choo, I'm on board. Like I said, I'm on board. Again, my stance is this. Jonathan Gannon, Shane Steichen, Nick Sirianni, Jalen freaking Hurts. That's my stand. I'm on board. I'm not getting off this train. Y'all saw me at the link a couple of times. I'm like, choo-choo. It's those four guys. The team is stacked. It is loaded like a beast. Howie Roseman stood back and said, this is your problem now. I did all I could. Nick Sirianni, Jonathan Gannon, Shane Steichen, Jalen Hurts. It ain't on the players. It ain't on Jordan Davis and Kobe Dean. It ain't on A.J. Brown. It ain't on Smitty. It ain't on Miles. One, if not all four, is either going to be here next year or we're going to have a problem with the coaching staff. And real problem if you got to find a quarterback. So I'm on board. I'm on the train. Let's go. Let's murder the Detroit Lions. But it's on these four. It's on these four. You got to agree with me, y'all. It's on these four. Now, Jalen Hurts can take this pressure. I understand that. I mean, he's been through this before. Jonathan Gannon, Nick Sirianni, Shane Steichen. Shane Steichen next year is calling the plays.
All right, so let me ask you this real quick then, Cool Cat, because you just listed four. I'd like to know from you. Spot on. Put them in order. Who got the most pressure from 1 to 4?
Jonathan Gannon.
I want to hear. Hey, listen, if you put them in the pressure cooker, y'all let us know in the chat also. Rank them in the amount of pressure. My man said Jalen Hurts, Shane Steichen, Jonathan Gannon, and Nick Sirianni. Who got the most pressure? From the hottest to the least, let us know.
All right, I'm gonna start. First, I'm gonna say the order, and I'm gonna say the reason why. Number 1, Jonathan Gannon, Jordan Davis, Kobe Dean, James Bradbury, Kaiser White, Hassan Reddick. This defense is mamma mia. You cannot mess this defense up. Point blank, period. Number 2, Shane Steichen. Shane Steichen, because he's calling the plays. Jalen Hurts is number 3 because, the pressure's on him too. But the reason why I'm saying Shane Steichen is you're calling the plays. What happens to Jalen Hurts is also going to happen to you. You're calling the plays. You're basically the person that's giving Jalen Hurts, who's number 3, by the way, because we already know. You're the guy that's going to give Jalen Hurts the play calling. You're the guy that's going to help tell Jalen Hurts to either throw with A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith or Goddard Quez or run the ball. You're the guy. You said it in your press conference, did you not, Jane? So you're the guy. So if the offense is bad, yes, number 3 is Jalen Hurts' fault, but also it's going to be yours. Nick Sirianni, he's been doing a good job, so I'm gonna make him 4. But if this team don't succeed, he might go up to 3rd. So again, it's the defense coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, Shane Steichen, because he's calling the plays of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts number 3. He could be number 2, but I'll just say Shane and Jalen is tied, and Nick Sirianni is 3rd.
Yeesh, okay. And then who you got as 4th? You got Hurts as last, right?
Nick Sirianni's 4th. Shane Steichen and Jalen Hurts is tied.
Okay. All right. What you got on that BIRDGANG? If you had to put them in order.
I gotta put this list in order. I'm gonna say
hot seat alert.
Gannon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gannon's number 1. He got the most pressure on him. He has way too much young and experienced talent, to not be a top 5 defense. If he wants these head coaching jobs, he's got to show up and show out on the play calling this year with the players you have, because you have no more excuses. You have linebackers, you have pass rushers, you have secondary. Do what you said you can do if you had the talent to do it. Number 2, I'm gonna say Nick. Nick, 2nd year head coach. You've already gave that duty over last year, the back end to Shane. And when you gave it over, it looked like our offense started to play better against crappier teams, but it seemed like we started to play better, right? When you turned it over, you were supposed to be the play calling guru. You were supposed to be this big shot play caller, coming to Philly to bring an explosive, high-powered offense. When you were in there, it wasn't happening. You can say the schedule got weaker, that's why it looked better, or whatever you want to. I know you're still going to have a handprint on this offense because, like Shane said, if Nick wants to see something, I'm going to call it. We all collectively make this play-calling thing, a sheet for the game by game together. So I just think it's going to make you look bad if you gave up this duty and he drops the ball, and our team struggles, so I think you got the second amount because we need this offense to be explosive. We need this offense to be one of the top offenses in the league. The talent on this roster says top 5 offense, top 5 defense, period. Anything else, the coaches messed that up. Yep. Unless injuries or something came, the coaches messed that up. So I'm going to say, Nick, it's your pressure. Your pressure's on you too. And then Steichen. Because guess everybody's going to come at, who they going to come down on? It's you. Nick said it. You got to play call duties. So now, if we go into any one of these games and the game's garbage, are you going to be able to handle the fans? Nick did pretty good last year. Are you going to be able to come in, game out, handle the fans as they get on you, tell you how horrible of an offensive coordinator you are if you call bad games? So you got a lot of pressure on you, my guy. You got A.J. Brown. You got Jalen freaking Hurts. You got Wes Watkins, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. Pascal. You got Miles Sanders, Booby, let Booby spin. You got Gainwell. You got some pieces that can make. We got a big group of playmakers that can make a lot of plays for this offense. So I think that you are 3rd and Jalen Hurts is 4th because I don't really feel like he has that much pressure. They went out and gave you a better defense. A better defense that's going to give you the ball a lot more than you had last year in your first year starting. You're going into the 2nd year in the offense, which nobody's ever seen you do it. And you heard the man himself come out on TV and tell everybody the biggest difference is I'm going in the same offense again for my 2nd year. I'm not learning on the fly. I already know what I need to do. Now it's about executing, working on timing, being able to set things up and read defenses a little better. So I think Jalen Hurts has the least amount of pressure on him. I think it's going to be real easy for him to just sit back and play some backyard football with his bros and win some football games.
No,
Hey, I like those answers, host. For the first time, hey, listen, in quite a minute, Bergen, we agree on that actual ranking, brother. Listen, I gotta first go with Gannon. Again, listen, we have done nothing but continue to build and overhaul this defense to try to give Gannon the pieces that he needs, right? So, again, I'm looking directly at Gannon. I believe this year he has enough talent in place to hopefully, I mean, listen, the defense should be at least doing something. I'd say at least the top. What were we last year in defense? I don't think
we ended up being like what a top 15 defense.
All right, so I'm setting it at least possibly top 10 defense this year. But again, we got to see how Gannon, he's got a lot of responsibility in this thing, because if the defense is looking like garbage, then that's going to affect the offense also. So I got to put the most hot seat on Gannon. I have not really been impressed by, I know we play this zone coverage, don't allow nothing over the top. I think it's a soft design type of a defense. I'm not the biggest fan, but we've been at least able to hold and maintain teams. So, again, Gannon, I'm definitely going to be looking at you this year. Next is Nick Sirianni. You are the head coach of this team. So
yes, you is.
I put a lot of responsibility in you, because if you don't see it looking right with Gannon, you need to make some changes ASAP. And also, I know you passed the play calls down to Shane Steichen, so I'm going to hold you responsible too. If Shane Steichen ain't getting it together, I need to see my coach snatch the play calling sheet out of his hand at halftime and take over play calling. So, again, I got to put the secondary with him. Third, I'm going to put Shane Steichen in there. Again, I know he's out there supposedly calling plays now. But, hey, listen, if you ain't calling plays to put Jalen Hurts in success, Jalen Hurts will fail. You'll get your play calling sheet snatched. It is what it is. And then last, I don't put that much pressure on Jalen Hurts, only because, again, at the end of the day, if he doesn't make it on this team, I guarantee you Hurts is going to get paid somewhere.
Yes, he will.
On a team. So I'm not I know this is a contract year for him, but I don't think there's really no pressure on Hurts, because he's about to get paid regardless. He's going in his it'll be going into his 5th year. Yeah, Hurts will be okay. So that's my order there. Again, I got Gannon on the hot seat 1, Sirianni 2, Steichen 3, and Hurts 4.
There you go.
Yeah, I like it, man. I like it. I think it's obvious, It's like put up or shut up in the coaching staff room. We've seen great coaches have great teams, You look at some of the greatest defenses, the greatest offenses over the years, they had great coaches that made them great, and they didn't have as much talent. Like we legit got our first top 2 tiers of linemen on both sides of the ball can start on anybody's team. Like these are backups or starters, quality players on both sides. We're number 1 offense going into the year, offensive line going into the year. We should be the number 1 defensive line going into the year. I don't know no other teams with this much depth and talent, on their rosters. You look at our receivers duel. We have, if you look at the top 4 and name another 4 offense that they have that's better than Quez, Devontae, AJ, and Goddard. Goddard's a top 5 tight end, top 10. I say he's like 6, around that range. What I'm saying? Tight end in the NFL. AJ Brown's in Cindy, he hadn't even hit his top. He's already averaging 1,000 yards a season, 24 touchdowns. Bona fide, legit Pro Bowl number 1 receiver. Devontae Smith, we're going to see him in the Pro Bowl starting this year because he has less pressure on him. He's going to be out there doing big things. Quez Watkins, deep threat, and Miles Sanders running back. What other team got that? Had that? I've seen people win Super Bowls with less talent.
So I'll tell you this, regardless, and I think we could all agree on that. And I know, like I said, I know we'll probably end up get up out of here because I'm about to go throw some food together anyway. And I'm gonna probably rock out some a little later. So y'all make sure y'all checking out. Hey, and again, if y'all new to either my man Cool Cat Connor's channel, my man BIRDGANG 31. Y'all already know the vibes. Y'all know what to do. Go on, hit that subscribe. Because y'all know we're going to bring it to y'all. But listen, at the end of the day, this team, and y'all call it what y'all want to call it, it is a pressure season. Like, we got expectations now. So, listen, the pressure, whether you want to say it's on the 4 of the people or, on Howie Roseman, whoever you want to call this pressure to be on, this is a pressure season. So we got to see how these Eagles respond. But I think we answered a bell. I think, again, Jalen Hurts will be the franchise quarterback of this team. And we won't be talking about no quarterbacks come next year in the draft. But, hey, listen, I can't deny it. It is a pressure season. Do y'all fellas agree, or do y'all think, this is a no-pressure season? Y'all let us know in the chat also. I might be tripping. Maybe this ain't no pressure to the team or none of that. So
I feel like the pressure season was last year. The pressure of not becoming a loser-ass football team, winning 4 games like that. That's disrespectful. That is not Eagle quality level football. You know what I'm saying? Like, the pressure was becoming something last year when you had new coaches, you had first and second year players, you had a first year starting quarterback, you had these, first year calling plays on offense and defense. That was way more pressure to become a good team then. And they showed you, even though they struggled, we still made the playoffs, won 9 football games. So now the pressure's off. That's the floor now. You take the end of that, scratch out the Tampa Bay game, because we just were not a team that's even supposed to have been there like that. So we got the pieces that we needed when we ended that game. We said, we weren't good enough, to be in position to win some playoff games. These are the positions we need to fill. We went out, how we filled those positions. Now it's time for these coaches to put in position to win.
For me, before we wrap up, and the guys, look, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you guys. Y'all know that. But it's like this. Pressure makes diamonds. Pressure makes diamonds. If this team wasn't pressured last year, I don't know what to tell you, because last year, everyone in their mama said, what, 4th place? Like 4th place? Like Washington, the Cowboys is going to win this division. This year, everyone in their mama, they can say what they want about Jalen Hurts. We know what it is, right? They can say what they want about Jalen. But most of the people around the city, most of the people, experts and non-experts, all think the Philadelphia Eagles are winning this division. The Philadelphia Eagles are going to the playoffs. I need this team to believe that as well, because if you don't believe that this team, with A.J. Brown, with Devontae Smith, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, James Bradbury, big play, don't call me Darius Slay. With this team that Howie Roseman constructed, if you don't believe that you can win this god-awful division and get to the conference, because outside of Tom Brady and the Rams, everybody else is question marks too. And it's a favorable schedule, a favorable conference, and a favorable division. If you can't see this as a fan base or as a team, something wrong with you. So pressure makes diamonds. It's time for this team and this fan base to start creating some diamonds. And once again, I repeat, it starts with the Detroit Lions. You should be putting a whole lot of points on the board like you did last time. Simple as that. Let's create some diamonds.
Hey,
simple.
My man said pressure creates diamonds. Let's go and get it. Pressure gang. Hey, look. At the end of the day, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, we do not make the playoffs. I expect for some people to lose their jobs. I don't know who it's gonna be, but at the end of the day, that's the expectation. We don't make the playoffs. I'm not gonna say the division, because if there's a team that just shocks us and they're as good as us, because I still think we're gonna be the best. But again, if there's a team that handles their own business and they, somehow whatever, I'm not going to limit it to we got to win the crown. But if we do not make the playoffs, okay, yeah, that's based on what we did this offseason, somebody needs to be fired. So I'm going to end it
before we go, Notion, and before we go, Notion, let me say this also. This team also got to learn how to do things on their own without asking for help. It's like the last couple of years, we ask other teams, like say the Vikings, like say Washington in 2019, like say some of these teams this past season for help. It's about time this team, and I know they can do it. Trust me, because I know what BG gonna say. So I want this team to wake up and do things on their own without asking other teams to help. It's like win your division by yourself. Get to the conference by yourself without asking other teams to do it for you. Because that's the thing. 2019, we asked basically the Washington whatevers to beat the Dallas Cowboys. Didn't happen. We asked the Chicago Bears in 2018 to beat the Minnesota Vikings. We asked how many teams? The Saints, 49ers, Minnesota, all these teams last year to help us win the division. Now, sure, we got to do things to handle our own business, but we had to ask other teams to beat other teams to help us in the playoffs. It's now time for us to do it ourselves like we did in 2017. Do it on your own. Don't ask other bad teams that can't get the job done to help you. When we won that Lambeau and that ring notion, we did it ourselves. We didn't ask no other teams to help us out. We did it ourselves.
Finish your own food.
Exactly. We was the hungry dogs that season. This season, don't ask Washington, don't ask Dallas, don't ask Minnesota, don't ask Tampa. Finish your own food on your own. And that's all I gotta say about that. Finish your own food.
Hey, you already know.
Finish your own food.
I like it. I like it. See, that's what I love. When you get some live and lit, you gotta get live and lit on this show.
Y'all already know.
Finish your own show Tuesday nights, every single Tuesday night. Check me in Notion now. We're gonna be bringing the fire all off season.
Yes, sir.
So be on the lookout. We Cool Cat has the best Monday night show in Birds of Broad Street, which we are also part of. So
yes, sir.
Cool Cat Daddy.
Let me promote this because this Monday we're gonna have some NFC East people showing up on the show. We're gonna have Protex and Biz Simple, Cole and Boys for Life. A Giant fan because Cole told me a Giant fan gonna be part of the show. Maybe two, we'll see. But guys, I'm gonna let y'all end the show. I'm gonna split my day and self. Thanks for having me. It's your boy Mizzy Miss Cool Cat County YouTube representing the Bird.
Yeah, Birds.
Yes, sir.
My brother.
Yeah. Another great show, man. Loved it. I got Notion to agree with me. Woo!
Yeah, we on track, brother. We see in the same direction. Look, the pressure ain't on Jalen. I think we agree on that. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to figure out though. We got expectations. I mean, I may not agree that this is, I gotta see it again. This looked like a talented roster, but my man said this is the best. The BIRDGANG said this is the best roster. I gotta see it, fellas. But
and then I asked the chat, did what DJAX said about Mcnabb change your opinion of him? And the chat says 58% said yes, 42% said no.
Hey, I mean the chat speaking. 58% said they was bothered by McNabb's his quotes or what he said.
That's crazy. But hey, yeah, another great show. Thank you guys. We still got 32 up in here. Make sure you hit that like on both channels. Make sure you subscribe to Philly Notion. Make sure you subscribe to BGN Sports Media. Make sure you subscribe to BIRDGANG 31. We are all growing. All platforms are growing at a high level. You know what I'm saying? We're going to bring you the best content possible. If you guys like us, go hit up the merch shop. We got a lot of fire merch on there. Yeah. Notion got some merch there. BG got merch there. Go hit the merch shop up. Show your support either way, in any way possible. That'd be much love for you guys. So, I'm done. You got anything else, my guy?
I'm out of here, bro. Like I said, man, listen. If y'all don't know, y'all gonna find out this year. How the Eagles, how they building the team. But my expectations, y'all already know. Greatness. I ain't saying that we ready just yet, but it starts.
I'm saying.
My man BIRDGANG said it. I'm just gonna put it out there. We know we can get it done. It starts this off season. Listen, I like our chances. That's all I'm gonna say. So, with that being said, gang, y'all have yourselves a safe and fantastic Eagles Day. It's always fly, Eagles, fly. And until next time, y'all know what it is. Go
hit
in
the ocean. We out.
Sure, we lit.
Peace.
Let's get it.